it's not that I need to remind anyone as far as what 2020 has brought to all of us, but we certainly did not anticipate that our students would perform as well as they did. And again, this is a national test, and there's a lot of emphasis on it because it, not only does it provide opportunities for our students once they exit, you're looking at college scholarships, you're looking at technical schools, even in employment, because it really says a lot to employers as far as not only looking at grit and perseverance, but how much emphasis that they've placed on their own personal school career. So I don't want to say that we forecasted, but we didn't anticipate, simply because our students have been through so much.
Right.
And this is a cumulative effort that really, even though we focus on high school and the need and the importance of ACT, this is a cumulative effort that really starts in third grade. And I say this so many times to our elementary teachers, because they create the foundation that builds the skills that are cumulative over those years that will result as far as looking at the performance on an ACT. And so with that, it was a little over 1,500 students that took the ACT in the midst of a pandemic, and they exceeded expectations as far as looking at a 21.5 ACT composite across the district. And historically, we hit a milestone there.
0.6 gain in ACT, for anyone who's taken an ACT can understand that for sure. It's pretty significant.
It's very significant, because every time you look at a 0.1 move, that's a tremendous move on the needle as far as looking at the number of students, because again, that's a composite score out of 1,500 that sat for the ACT at this time. And the other thing is that you have to look at where we started in 2014, and the movement over that period of time
has been a constant trend.
It's been a constant trend, because again, it allows us to make sure that we are not only teaching, but building that foundation as far as particularly in mathematics and science. That becomes very, very important. We were very concerned that when we ended our school year last spring, which is on a block schedule, was right in the middle of a school year, those upper division math courses, which particularly when we look at geometry and algebra 2, are very critical as far as future success in pre-cal and calculus, which many of our students go forward with. How was that going to look when they sat for the ACT? Well, they did well. They did well. But it also allows us, as far as where are those gaps that we need to maybe go back and underscore, that in the midst of a pandemic, what is it that we would want to go back and underscore? And so it gives us a lot of information. The other thing that we find and we don't think about at the high school level is reading skills, because we don't teach reading in high school. However, when we look at reading and what occurred there, our students performed well.
When I think of 2020, the class of 2020, they had graduation shuffled. Their spring semester was in disarray. So many things, and as we
the prom, don't forget the prom.
All their proms, all those things. And as we close out 2020 on a calendar, we're going to go out and give them the recognition. They go out with a win, a huge win, with these ACT results, because
they set the stage.
They did, and pun intended, their graduation stage was a little late in some, but this stage right here,
and the credit
incredible
to our teachers, because again, under tough situations, tough circumstances, because we weren't, again, we're out of the buildings, we're not in the classroom, but they continued to focus on not only the ACT prep, but going back and building anything that they thought might have been missed and would be necessary. And again, I cannot say enough about our students, our administrators, but our teachers, because they're the ones that make the magic happen in or out of the classroom.
And this started a long time ago with these particular students, and every group of students that comes through every year.
Starts in the third grade. That's where it starts, and we're seeing the results.